Fantomen Review.
Time for another Fantomen review with me, Mikael. This time I'm going through issue 10 through 11 and 12. Starting off with double issue 10-11, we have this cover by Luca Erbetta. Very nice, bright cover. A lot of texts covering it, so we know there will be a lot of content inside. Starting off with the editorial page, here we learn about how Andreas and Jörgen, two Fantomen writers, and Andreas is also the editor, of course, how they got interviewed about their Fantomen work in national newspaper and TV, so that's great. And Jörgen, that made his first Fantomen story a few issues ago, he also made the cool intro to this Fantomen reviews, so thank you, Jörgen. And then the first and main story of this issue is the Frew produced Belle, époque part 3, Under the Streets of Paris, or Beneath the Street of Paris as it was called in Frew. It's made by Pidde Andersson and Percy Ochoa, and it has living colors. This one I would say is not as strong as the earlier ones in my opinion, but I still enjoy reading it very much. And then we have a side comic made by Jörgen, who was in the editorial page, with Chronicle Chamber. This was a very short episode, but I think it looks amazing. And then we have another side comic, Undertaker, the White Indian, and it's part 1 of 2 of this French album. I think it's French at least. And it is a great album in my opinion. I had read it before since I helped doing the Swedish translated album. I did the pre-press work on that. And yeah, I think it's a great story. Then we have a short Phantom story, Marked for Life, by Wallin and Weatherley. It's nice and short. We get the result of the best adventure or best story of 2022, and the winner is The Legends of the Vulture, the first part by Pidde Andersson and Anthony Space, so a Frew story 1. And then on second place we have the one where Fantomen went to Sweden, A Prince in Almedalen, and on third place it was a reprint of Rasputin's Rebus. What do we have more? Then we have a new daily story, the Gravelines story, Wrack and Ruin at Gravelines by DePaul and Manley. I got mixed feelings about this one. I'm not really a fan of this dream or prophet stories, but after reading DePaul's explanation online about how he feels this is this is how the Phantom will die if the strip goes down. You just have to imagine it. I think it's really smart of him to do that, and cool to be able to do the last story in a way. Then we have the preview of the next issue. We don't have to go through that because I had the new issue right here. And this has a quite dark and mysterious cover by Rafael Ruiz. On the editorial page, Andreas talks about how this story got made, since he's the writer of it, and how it was it was ordered by Frew to make a sequel story to Falk and Barry story, and this one is continuation of The Missing Link by Falk and Barry. It is also some talk about when Robert Arman, who was an interviewed guest here at Chronicle Chambers when he was in Uppsala and hold his speech, I guess, presentation. This looks amazing in color, I would say, and it has a lot of color, as you see, which is nice for change, not only shadows. And yeah, most Frew readers have already read this, I guess. Let's skip, see what else in this issue. Yeah, it's the second part of the Undertaker story that we saw in the last issue. And as I said there, I really like it. And then it's the preview of the next issue. We see 2 Phantom stories, one new and one reprinted Team Fantomen stories. So, Catched from Above and The Wild Animal. Looking forward to seeing that. So thank you for me and happy Fantoming.